Americans have seen their liberties attacked. Every right we enjoy under the First Amendment has been assaulted. Every single one. Your right to worship, your right to assemble, your right to petition, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, every single one. There are places today where a full congregation can still not meet on a Sunday morning. Your right to assemble? 4 weeks ago, I spoke to the New Mexico Republican Party in Amarillo, Texas. They had to go to Texas for freedom because they weren't allowed to assemble in their own state. Your right to petition your government? We sat here today on Capitol Hill having an important hearing with the director of the FBI, but our constituents can't come to their Capitol, lobby their member of Congress to redress their grievances because the Speaker of the House won't let them in. Freedom of the press? Maybe the best example is the president won't go to the border, the vice president won't go to the border. When Secretary Mayorkas went to the border, he wouldn't let the press in the very facilities he was touring. And of course, freedom of speech, we all know what's happened to that. Big tech, censoring conservatives, the cancel culture mob attacking anyone who disagrees with them, deplatforming the sitting president of the United States, Democrats writing letters to the network carriers telling them to take certain news organizations off their network, not off their platform. Freedom is under attack, and Director, a lot of Americans think you're part of the problem. Before you got there, the Comey FBI spied on the Trump campaign. Over the last 3 years, the FBI labeled the baseball field shooting where our friend and colleague Steve Scalise was shot, labeled that suicide by cop for 3 years. We know the guy set out to go after Republicans. He had a piece of paper in his pocket with 6 Republican names on it. But somehow the FBI thought it was suicide by cop. Thank goodness you've changed that. More recently, the FBI raided the New York apartment of Mayor Giuliani. The president's personal lawyer, former U.S. attorney, ran the Southern District of New York office. According to press accounts, he said he was willing to give whatever information you all wanted, whatever the Justice Department wanted, but no, you kicked in his door instead. How about the couple in Alaska? Paul and Marilyn Huper. They sure witnessed an attack on their liberty in an up-close and personal way. The FBI kicked in their door, handcuffed them, held them at gunpoint, interrogated them for 4 hours in their own home. There was just one problem. They had the wrong people. Had the wrong people. Took their phones, took their laptop, took a pocket-sized copy of the Constitution. There's got to be some irony in that.